Alright, I call this triangle. Alright, pretty simple. Alright, let's see if we can get this one. On the slap, 2, you're sprint it up. Good, go, 3, go, 3. Alright? So timing, definitely not great there. Let's do that again. 3, you're leaving 1 step after 2, right? You want him to set this screen, and that's right here, right? As quick as you can to get to that spot. We want this guy to hesitate, right? We don't want them coming down at the same time, because if they come down at the same time, they can guard 2 at once, right? But if there's a little separation, a little time difference, he's going to make a decision. He's going to guard 1 guy, and it's going to leave this guy open, all right? So hesitate for a split second, let him get towards the block, and then he rolls straight back to the wall. All right, go ahead. Good. We don't want this guy starting at the elbow, right? Especially if we got older varsity teams. The better space, the more space, the better. Now with the defense out here, you'll see point guard, we gotta be aware of not just what's going on here, but you gotta see his defender, right? His defender. If he starts cheating in, especially if you run this multiple times, that guy tends to cheat in, and now you've got that corner kick to the opposite corner 3. Alright? That's why one time when you don't help off, right? Just be in that short corner. Alright, run a ride. Go. Alright, we didn't even set a screen right there and it's open, alright? Because guys just get confused, alright? Now, say you run this twice, 3 times, alright? We've had some success for it. You hear their coach say, pinch, weak side, pinch. Alright, so you're going to start down the block, start them out. Alright, get a little ball fake, defense, hit that corner 3. So you got to go right away. Simple, alright, and let's set that back up. Quick. Let's go. Now, if you want to change it up, I'll call triangle 2, alright? You guys want to figure it out, we're just going to reverse the order now, right? So, you're going to go first, you're going to follow after, right? Set that screen, you're sprinting off the ball side off the block, and you're going 1 and 3. And now you're rolling back for that, right? Alright, so this is an easy way to change it up. Call that one triangle. You guys have any questions on that one? Space it, right? Very important that the bullseye elbow man does not start low, because then everything is too congested, we want to space it. Alright, I think I got time for my last one, right? It's the side out of bounds play. Then we have 3 jump balls. Alright, I need my 1 man under the basket. I need my 5 or post-up player right here. I need a rebounder, and I need 2 guards here. Alright, you're going to start opposite the block. Start outside of 3. Alright, a little backstory. So we're in the first round of the section playoff last year. Right? We made a nice run and won the section, but the first game of the section, we were in double overtime, we spread it out. We were down 1, we were down 2, 3 seconds left, side out of bounds. I ran this set, alright, I call it post. It's really, I'll explain it, but this is a great way to throw it in, trying to mismatch, going right to the rim. On the slap, these 2 guys are more or less distraction, right? They're just trying to occupy the defense and keep them away from the set. So you're just going to face him and you're going to run off the screen to the backboard. Right? You just stay still and face him. Alright? While this is going on, this is the important stuff right here. Alright? We want a guard on the basket if you're going to post a big, because if they switch, we want that mismatch. I teach my guy to start on the opposite block, and he's got to wait for that screen. The reason I do that is because if they do switch, right, now we're sealing here as opposed to sealing here, right, if the man were to start under the basket. Alright? So on the slap, my 5 or 4, whoever it is, is switching down to screen this guy, you screen me. You go baseline to that corner, alright, get as far over as you can. If it's a traditional outside of bounds, because the time is not relevant, we'll throw it here and then throw it in, right? But you got 1, 2, 3 seconds on the clock. Isolated underneath, you throw it right into him, alright? We didn't make that shot, by the way, but we got to put back. So we got that. Let's run it again. Alright, go ahead. Good. Alright, very good. Breathe, one out here. go through it about half speed here, slap, they're coming down, come outside there, come set the screen, go all the way to him, don't stop short. Alright? Say they don't switch, that's fine too, you just gotta seal him and put him in jail, right? So when we set the screen, it's here, turn and sit down, right? Don't move to the basketball at all. Alright, if they want to come high side, you got no help on the weak side, you can do this. Alright, throw it over the top like this, but don't fight him. Just sit down and hold your spot. One more time here, go ahead. Alright, I didn't even mention that option, but he said a great screen. If you set great screens, you're going to get open. Okay. We got that time limit. Anyone have any questions on any of the stuff that I just showed you? Just questions in general. Alright, well, we'll address youth basketball quickly. I'm not going to sit up here and preach, but I'm a big believer in teaching the kids how to play the right way. Been doing it a long time. I see a lot of coaches that are out there just trying to get wins, sitting in zones, pressing, doing things that ultimately don't benefit these kids, alright? But I'll tell you, my opinion is teach these kids how to play man-to-man defense, right? Teach them how to play outside shell defense, be in the midline, right? All the things that they're going to have to be able to do at the high school level. I'm fortunate enough that I get to coach a lot of the kids in my town, surrounding towns that ultimately will come to Rambo and play for me, so I'm able to show them some of these things early. That's a huge benefit. Because not only do I have to teach things to kids that aren't familiar with whatever we're doing at the high school level, mostly defense, but I have to reteach them. I have to almost unlearn all the bad habits that they've developed, and now I have to reteach them, and that process could take 2 years, right, for some of these kids. All right, a lot of them are not just coming in and they're able to pick this stuff up. For me at Rambo, you've got to be able to defend first, right? That's first and foremost. Forget about the offensive side. We got enough guys that want to score, think they can score. But if you can't defend, right, unless you're scoring 30 for me, you're probably not going to play. So teach these kids how to play man-to-man defense properly. Offensively, I'm a big believer in 5-out, space floor, teach them spacing, teach them how to play off the basketball, set and use good screens. Teach them how to play without using their dribbles. Teach them how to cut hard, right? So if I had more time, I would show you that if you have any questions regarding that. And it translates to high school, right? My biggest thing, my point is, a lot of coaches at the youth level will run guys from point A to point B. These kids have no idea why they're doing this. All right, they're just running the play that the coach told them, go there, go there. All right, but it's not ultimately teaching them anything about basketball. So as a youth coach, I give them freedom to play, and I just give them proper fundamental boundaries that they have to play around. Right, so 15 foot spacing, you don't cut to the basketball more than 15 feet. If you're overplayed, you go back more, we'll go behind, things of that nature. All right, listen. My an honor to speak in front of you guys. My first time doing it, so I apologize if I was a little rusty, but I hope you guys got some good fun. Thank you for coming out here and helping us out. This is good, and I wish you all the best of luck with this upcoming season. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, this will conclude our Victory School Clinic. First, I would like to give a hand to the guys who are demonstrators. We got some kids from Patterson Eastside, Patterson Kennedy, St. County Tech, College Chief from Patterson, and I also brought three of my players here from Newark Tech. Again, they help visualize the stuff that the coaches were trying to demonstrate. I think they deserve another hand. It's Saturday. Trying to get teenagers up on a Saturday morning for nothing but a donut is not the easiest thing. And I want you to know we really appreciate you. Secondly, let's give Coach Veer another hand. Lastly, as I said at the very, very beginning about a coach's clinic, sometimes during a clinic, you're going to see stuff that you've known for years, but you might get a teaching point from one of the coaches, a way that makes it a little easier for you to explain it to your players. Secondly, you might just get a new perspective on something that you've known for a long time. I thought the three groups or three sessions that we had were very, very educational. And if you picked up 2 or 3 things, I don't think it was a wasted morning for anyone if you did. Some of the stuff is more specialized for high school, maybe for college kids, but even if you coach little guys, in a few of those drills, if you get those guys doing those things and they condition themselves to be detail orientated, you've done a great job of giving them a head start with basketball. So we want to thank you all for attending. We appreciate you. In the